So I'm so happy to see permaculture grow.
Licenza membeli liang buat tuang tambang.
So I now work with Permaculture Global.
Mr. Lablaba, Servicio Mútuo Permaculture.
Permaculture
Permaculture Global.
So an Australian organisation.
And it's an organization Australia.
We work together with Permaculture.
Sira Servicio Mútuo Permaculture.
And we help to share the resources, education resources made in Timor with the world.
Sira mainnya aku
Aku pakai recurso di pasaunya banyak Timor global.
Yeah. So the Permaculture Guidebook has been downloaded in 160 countries.
Libro permakultura download na rusi na sound sira hamoto aku sida 5
But now we're working to make collaborations with other organizations. And many organizations have come today and they're going to share some of their stories with you. So we have people from Taiwan, from Fiji, from Australia, from Thailand. So yes, from Arnhem Land, from Japan. So some of them are going to, and also from India. So maybe since we finished with India, Sandesh, do you feel like starting first?
Introduction about myself and the organization.
Okay. So, so if you can translate me first, and then we can move on to you. So what I will do is I will ask some of the people from permaculture, doing permaculture in other countries, to share their stories.
Agora, cara si permaculture global service nação se selva to introduce no partilha sua história muito rica.
Sandesh has worked in India for 20 years with permaculture.
No, with permaculture for 2 years.
For 2 years.
Sandy, serviço muito permaculture.
India, Fatina
With also with an organization that we work with called Aranya Permaculture. So I will hand over to Sandesh and he can tell some of his story.
Yeah, hi everyone. My name is Sandesh Reddy. I'm from India. My initial background was in systems engineering, and then I worked in supply chain for almost 10 years. But I still felt like we could do something more, that there's some things that is not being covered, and I started exploring.
Okay, so if you can a little bit slower and
okay.
just bite-sized translation.
Okay. Okay. So hi everyone, I'm Sandesh. I'm from India. I have a professional background in systems engineering and supply chain. In permaculture, I have been collaborating with Aranya for the last 2-3 years. Aranya is an organization that has...
That's enough. Okay. Otherwise his brain might explode.
Mama naram Sandesh dia usi India, e depois minha background is what engineering?
Systems engineering.
Systems engineering and and can you repeat please?
Supply chain.
Supply chain and
Ligado com a permacultura nele, serviço ao nessa naranja
Renesi.
Patina Huaon.
Okay, so Aranya has been working in Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. It's a central part of India. It is a low rainfall area of around 600 mm.
Aranya ne hanesan area ide ne memang ia parte North India, mau right?
Central India,
Se-
South
yeah.
Central India.
Ia parte Central India ni no ia area ne memang hanesan ni sada intensidade da bem ne memang kikli kepada kli.
So they started by working with the community to teach them different aspects of permaculture, water conservation, multi-cropping, and things like that.
Sira serviço muito comunidade sira hari si aspecto oi daya aspecto babenia bahia permaculture nia permacultura nia
They also work in the socio-economic area.
sira mo serviço ya área social e economia nia
They helped to give land to landless people.
sira pomos rai ba ema setepe makalaiha rai
And specifically in the area of water conservation, they have worked on projects covering 30,000 hectares.
ba iha área setepe mak área conservação bem nia sira serviço na iha pating sira hamutuk 30,000 mo right sorry
30,000 hectares.
hamutuk hektar tolu nol rihun tolu nol.
So they work with both small marginal farmers with 1 acre holdings and also government projects of up to 1,000 acres.
Tang sira serviço hamutu kotos nain kik sira ne be maka hanesan nain baya rai sira ne be sira usa ekar dete tehne udar mit usa ekar sira usa ekar ne be ekar ida oh project governia ode government 1,000 acre baya be project governia ia riu ida ekar.
So a lot of this work is by digging the trench and then you use the mud to make a bund and you plant on the bund. So you are digging from the ground to preserve the water and then on the same mud that you have removed, you are planting things.
Ya, então, projeto dele para que sira que hanesan bedalan dia, depois bedalan ne bele usa odi carpe, projeta B, mas be ia ni kabubu sira usa odi uda plantação kai hamba lempa.
So it is not just that they are telling them what to do, they are teaching them how to do it. So for example, they use the A-frame technique to show them how to see the slope of the land.
Então, sira laos atu polia de unsa makapuhalo ba emasira pasirnia sada sernia beneficiário sira, mas vemos sira hatudo unsa tuhalo. Exemplo mak lihusi utiliza A-frame ne pinkaya para atu hapene kuit be nene ninia halaine subi by enebe.
Yeah, so this watershed management technique was done in many different villages across that area, and it has allowed the people to basically grow a multitude of crops, many different plant species, as well as fruits, vegetables, crops for their own consumption and also for the market.
Ya, então sistema gestão bacia hidrográfica ne ajuda teteves comunidade sirene ba atu kuda aihan oyoin serve kuda lebe sira kuda ne las usa bahande mas vemos usa bahia usa bele tamato e mercado sira bele fan.
They are also working on other initiatives. The Aranya farm itself is a mixed forest that 20 years ago was a completely barren land.
Então, se a moça serviço ia aspecto se esse selo, todos se deve maka organização araya né, halo né, se ini condição né, agora na konu ai floresta né, deve que uluk né, hani sangai mamu close.
Shall I wrap up? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So now they teach people from cities and all over India and around the world about permaculture.
Agora sira aku ona hanoring komunidade sira população sira deve makela ia cidade incluímos sira deve makela ia patin sira sesel ko ia na sansel.
Obrigado, Bara. Thank you very much. I have visited Aranya and just started off as bare land, and now it's very productive and a fantastic example for. They have very flat land, different techniques than here, but the results that they give for the communities are similar. So, water and
Sharp.
food.
No, you.
I know you are a good translator. How is it in ba? Sila patin paslo, sila começa a horai molik, maybe sila kriya agricultura o aihon, moto kana sa agricultura ine. Sila ni right to dead. Maybe baron lolo, maybe sila kriya sistema nebe diak pafatin ne. No Tasman, Unidadi, Hitan Sekarang today, no Hitan Moro, no Ahun Bara. Okay.
One last thing I wanted to mention, they also have done a lot of work with seed preservation of native seeds so that people do not have to use the hybrid GMO seeds.
Yeah. Então, se ramos serviço bahia onsa makapalo preservação pininia, beliau preserva pini nativo sira atune comunidade sira katos na sira la depende bahia pini hibrida ka pini naran de GMO ne. Good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Can we pass over to Mary and Kozik from Fiji?
Hi everyone, Bula Naka. Hello in my language. I'm from Fiji. My name is Mere, and my two colleagues, Melania and Kwa.
Yeah. Ni introduce ada deh, tapi saya introduce dah tak? Please continue.
So I work for Pacific Farmer Organization. It's an umbrella organization that only works with farm organizations, and Mela and Kosi are part of those farm organizations that we work with in Fiji.
Yeah.
So,
Nia serviço hamutu ko Pacific Farming. No nielori kolega na erua de bemak sai hanesan tos nine sira de bemak ni serviço ba.
So in the Pacific, we work with 13 countries at the moment. There's more than 30 members.
Sira Sira serviço hamutu ko nasang salura sintolo no sira ya membro hamutu biusi organization to no.
In terms of permaculture, I'll only speak on behalf of what I know from Fiji. I'll try and share things that I know from the Pacific England. Yeah? So for Fiji, in the Pacific, we practice soil conservation with the practice of composting, like how we have in our there's some certain similarities, but we also have our own ways of conserving the soil. We also practice crop rotation to avoid soil erosion.
Atau ia Fiji no mo sale sa ia area sir de maka Pacific nia sira serviço con a bahia conservação arai nia hane sama so ida de interba visita fatim balu bahia produção fertilizante nia sira mo serviço hamudu ko serviço ia onsama katu crop rotation right o halo rota sama udah rota sama kan.
So because most of our islands are tropical islands and there's a lot of coconut trees, we also try and use coconut products like coconut husk to add manure to the soil.
Então, halesa ilha tropical ida sira ia nu baraklos sira usamos no kulit o di halo fertilizante.
So in terms of planting, we try and integrate planting with a mix of crops, vegetables, and native and fruit trees.
Siramos halo kuda kahur, aplikasi sistema kuda kahur itu kuda aihan, kahur bodoh kahur moso aikuan sira.
We also can practice organic farming. If you want to know more about organic farming, it's practiced by in an organization that we work with in Fiji. Mela can explain more on it, but they are very strong advocates of organic farming.
Atau kolega naran Mela, sira saya explica baita kona ba unsa maka saya ita hutu interesse ni saya explica baita kona ba unsa maka halau atividade organic farming ya, agricultura organic ini.
We also do seed savings. Most of our organization, they try and help their farmers to save seeds in terms of open pollinated seeds. We try and reduce those hybrid seeds that are being brought in the individual countries. So open pollinated seeds to help farmers use those seeds in their own farms.
Ya, siramos serviço bahia area sama ka salva fini ka preserva fini, sira introduce halo atividade sira bahia fini sira debe mak bele hakaben ruza ka hakaben nakloke atu nune ko possibilidade bahia to osnain sira aku kuda fila pari fini debe mak sira produce rasik laos depende ba fini brida sira.
In terms of pest management, there's no lot of farmers they face this challenge of pests and diseases. So we also try and encourage farmers to decrease the use of chemicals. This mindset we're trying to switch farmers from using chemicals to using organic, like using things that are around us, using neem leaves, chili pepper, and papaya leaves as organic.
Atau hari samos to sains selo kita niya tasur desafio boti de ligado ho pesticida niya sira mos hanori sira to sains sira ulisa maka tu produce pesticida orgánico mai usi material sira rebe maka existi e tenisori hanesan kemudian be ai manas tahan ka o nimba tahan ka o ai tahan.
So I'm just going to wrap it up. So the organization that I work with, how we have helped our farmer organizations in the Pacific to try and bring them all together during regional meetings, and we try to do farmer-to-farmer exchange. We believe farmers learn best when they learn from each other. So they'll either learn from stories like this, or we go to a farm and then we do learning exchanges, how farmers can teach other farmers or farmer organizations representing the different farm organizations from our country.
Então, atu halo conclusão que state kata bain ira quando sira facilita tos na sira desanne sira ia mos encontro regional ida nebe maka convida tos na sira mai hamutu e depois sira bele troca sira ni experiência sira o maneira bele aprende ba malo nesane atu bele hadiah kita ni tenia colaboração sira.
So just narrow it down to the three of us. So Kosi is an actual farmer from the organization he's representing. This is just some pictures from his farm. So he's a 27-year-old farmer, very passionate in farming. So he's planting on his farm vegetables, native trees that are grown in Fiji, fruiting trees, and other crops. If you have questions, you can ask Kosi. We've got other pictures here, but I'm just going to keep it short.
Yeah, atau ini mau glory hala fotografia baru, ne, alasan service secara rebe maka atividade serem colega ne halo tamani anisan tos na ida atau sekar kia perguntas kuma liga ho sedang matni halo bele okside bele kusimai colega ne.
And Mela, yeah, you can talk to Mela. She's a very talkative person. But she's if you came to our tent, you'd see her. We had a display of some of those food processing, tea bags, chips, flowers. So the organization Mela comes from, they also have a factory that does food processing, that source materials only from farmers and organic farmers.
Então bela sa ema de pat kuliah barak mos se tabot sire perguntas balu oh akara katuba visita se detenda sira halo atividade de pilih na bai depois bela truca ideia kapitana ni.
Thank you so much.
Obrigada. Boleh continua kah? Aling mau.
I also know that Pacific Farmers Organisations, they have one member in Timor and maybe Covertill can join. So, and then permatil and perma-youth can have farmers share knowledge with all the other Pacific farmers.
So the organization we work with in Timor-Leste is Anaprofico.
Oh, anak profiko. Atau anak profiko adalah organisação de lebih maksaimat melalui bahaya Pasifiknya. Atau ia posibilidade de mostrar que tidak termatil kau apa ya dari kolaborasi mungkin. Kamu kan anak profiko kan?
Okay. What? So the Earth Passengers Foundation, one of my favorite names for an organization in Taiwan for many years. So if you want to share some of your permaculture story.
Hello everyone.
Boa tarde.
Dia kelai. Boa tarde. It's not Colombia anymore. Okay, so my name is Hui. I'm from Taiwan, and first, I'm very happy to be here. First time in Timor-Leste, and so my background was environmental education. I was very lucky that I wanted to find out that I wanted to work for the environment since I was young, and then in year 2000, maybe some of you have not been born yet, but I got to know permaculture. Oh, sorry. Okay. Okay.
Speak slowly.
So should I say it again? Okay. So I was an environmental educator.
Mana nih educação
Yeah, and so I was teaching children about nature conservation and ecology. And then in year 2000, I got to know permaculture. And some of you were not born yet.
sedang.
Yeah, and then I found that permaculture can be a very good framework for environmental education. It can help me solve a lot of problems in every aspect. And then so me and my husband, we founded Earth Passengers. Yeah, Earth Passengers. And then we started practicing in our daily life. We moved from the city to a farm, urban, rural area. And then after practicing a few years, people started to come to us and ask us to share with them about permaculture. And so we started to teach permaculture in Taipei, in urban area on the west coast of a highly populated area of Taiwan. Yeah, and teaching people how to catch rainwater on a high-rise building. Also start their own garden in schools or communities. And then after 10 years, people start to, a lot of people ask us, because we share with them a lot of examples from other countries too, also in rural areas, so people want to know,
if you have a piece of land, what can you do with permaculture?
Então, depois de financiar o quando se faz experiência para a comunidade para a sem ter a área de na tonde, vai na tonde, da luar, seja kita bela halo jadi.
So we think it's important to have a bigger demonstration site or education center, and then so we move to another part of Taiwan.
Então, sira tem que mudar pela parede, também sira nota kata precisa aku hatudu buat baru diskusi edukação hatudu modelo baru aku mene bela hatudu baya komunidade sira kata sistema ne lau ya patimbal kabane maksir haru instalasi baru.
And so we moved to east part of Taiwan. It's by the Pacific Ocean.
Atau sira muda pila pali usi parte leste Taiwannya tu from east part to
from west part to east.
Sira muda usi are lorongnya baya lorsai.
Yeah, and then our area has 16 different indigenous people.
Ya seni patende ia komunidade indigenous kabutu seluruh residen.
So they all have different languages.
Sira ia lingua de diferente.
So we have a big piece of land to practice permaculture and also learn from the indigenous traditional knowledge.
Sira ia area kodo tuang aku aplika teknik permakulturanya, tapi tekniknya itu sira mau aprender manera bersama dengan sira halal budaya.
And so we turn a fallow rice field into a food forest and an education center.
Depois tiramos começa muda sistema utiliza raine ne antes ira usa hare mas depois muda bahia floresta.
So we teach we focus on permaculture education.
Também maksira habu fokus bahia edukação permakulturan.
And a lot of our students spread out in Taiwan, so everywhere in Taiwan, in communities, there are people practicing permaculture.
Sirni estudante, sira começa a produzir estudante para kos, estudante ela nam patro di area Taiwannya, ema começa a prática permacultura.
And some of them also become teachers.
Sirni estudante para mas agora saiu na honori.
Yeah, and in 2024, last year, we hosted 15th International Permaculture Convergence.
Inang ko sira sai kumanain ba event da permakulturanya 15 bahaya event permakultura basala dalam semua ini.
And that was how we met Lachlan and Echo and Yankee. And these are some of the friends here. Yeah. And so I felt that I was very inspired by their stories in Timor-Leste. And we know that we didn't really work on youth education very much in Taiwan. So I think we came here to learn how to work with young people.
Tambah ia Taiwan sira latin servicio joven sira, bayira mga kaplan yang tio mga kapahay histori ko na bat konsong permakultura Timor ni tambah ia Timor ke servicio joven sira barako, tambah dia makan sira mai hune para atu aprende usah servicio joven.
Yeah.
Obrigada.
Okay. So from a very experienced permaculture practice and very well connected, and we go to a more of a young, just starting one with our friends in Arnhem Land.
Shall I stand or sit?
Whichever you want.
You
So kami sudah di Taiwan, permakultura lau ba kerja Sinan Barakona, sudah ia faham experience barak pada popular sama be korang ni boleh ba project ni be commence lau.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
My name Timbalan. No, Oro. I'm from Mandal. Mamlan.
Ninaran Timbalal near Raimat Manjuai.
Oh. I work for North Korea. Same time doing garden. So at Mandal, I look after for Wanga. Mamlan.
So Sira near traditional Sira say how do you say stealing traditional food collect like hunting and collecting
Sira
wild
sehano
food.
aktividad hanesan tradisional hela dili ba recolha ka ba colheita hahang fruit sira incluimos caça animal fruit sira.
And also vegetables and so jams as well.
Koti hahang fruit sira iha ilara hanesamos ubi pumbili ka bot sira mo siya ilara.
And now they've just started practicing permaculture gardening.
No agora sira koin hahu tos permacultura ka o tos umahu.
And also I'm a leader for the Tuang.
So he's the kind of the what would you call community leader or
Oldest landowner.
oldest landowner. So the elder.
Oh. Nia hanesan ema nebe maka na imbarai ema antigo nebe ka sai na imbarai.
And I'm a businessman, chairman.
Business.
The ceremony,
So cultural business.
Cultural business.
So for Vietnam.
Ya ya. Kalau aktividad bisnis mesti ga kultur kan.
Business culture. Business is business. I know business. Business culture traditional.
But also knowledge for it.
Yeah. No, and working on knowledge work.
So maybe Rod, you want to
Yeah.
see there must be a business community that knowledge water.
So, my name's Rod, and I've been adopted into Jimbalal's family for 20 years. And the last 12, 13 years, we've been working together for economic empowerment, really.
Então, senhor, né, que estamos na adopção musi família, vamos ter esse dia procurar na procurar sana dia aku Timbalau, sorry. Heta adopção musi família Timbalau, no aku ana serviço by native sorry.
So, the homeland, Ruranala, is 170 kilometres from the nearest town.
170. Atau pati nebe ni temi nene ni distancia atus 3 kilometer. Pusi ada.
Pussy Villa.
3 hours drive.
Pusi bila nebe
This
basic.
is correct about horas tolu but edan Villa. Edan Villa nebe basic. Hey, they go by
Long way to the shop.
Ni distancia ne 2 ba de no kasira.
So, Jimbalal culture is a hunting culture. So, half an hour drive to the ocean and there's fishing. And there is like yam in natural ones in the forest, but not a lot of farming practice, not much at all. They grow, stop it.
Sira ni praktika makare so hindi asador ne sira ya distancia 2 kutuang ba ya area tasinia.
So the things that Jimbalal family has grown a little bit of are cassava, mangoes, banana, pumpkin, pawpaw, maybe that.
Atau sira halu udaihan sira hanesan ifarina sira tangkar ko. No se
the situation is different. There's water, there's lots of water, spring water. We could sell it in a bottle, but there is not, the soil is poor, not much nutrients. So we've started composting, building the soil up. And for the first time, the community is seeing the result of things growing
Sira
better.
ia be barakos, maybe infelizmente raini ni condição en sangkia kos, menos nutrição nia, atau sira o kalau compostagem e depois aplica no é começa a render resultado.
So it's a big, very big area, big estate, not many people.
Sira ia area luang kos, maybe população ki karmate.
Where the houses are is very sandy soil. There is jungle with more clay, richer soil nearby, and so we've moved some of that soil there.
Okay. Então area ne memang kanesan right ne kubuan, abe ia pati balu ne be maka ailaran dia ne dia condição rai kanesan rai isin, então sira começa muda ba ya pati ne ba.
And maybe I could almost finish with that's where we are now. And because there's not a culture of growing food, there's not a lot of knowledge for all of the detail of it. We have those permaculture guidebooks, very good to see the pictures and see what is possible, but we've come here to bring the knowledge back to the community, and also we hope in the future our partnership with Permatil will actually have some people come and visit and work with us.
Taba sira laos eman ne be maka toman halotos, entau conhecimento balu ne alesan ladung aplica ne ba tamane na pahira sira hare libro permacultura sira mos interesse akar katuma ya aprende ne e depois dori conhecimento ne be maka hetang ne ba pari aplica ser ne comunidade. Mais ou menos.
Yeah, thank you, Blas.
Obrigada.
Say what thing?
invite you more. Invite people there.
You want some mob to go there?
He wants to invite you mob to come.
Yeah, so he's giving an invitation for Timorese people to come and help teach Timorese food growing practice to people in Arnhem, to his community.
Convida tema Timor sira ne memang interesse akara katu hanoring konaba usap kuda ni convida ita tuba ya di dia pati.
Wow.
Permatil Global, trying to slowly start a project where some people, farmers, can go visit, and then more people from their communities can come here and learn more.
Permatil global ami buka hela condição balu sama bere facilita ema tu aprende ba malu possibilidade ema Timor bai ne ba o siramos bele mai.
I think we're doing very well. I think we have time for two more. So we'd love to hear from Carminia, but first of all, from Diego, do you want to share a bit about Santa Barbara Permaculture Network, who have been big supporters of this camp? So, I'm Diego, di Mahusi, America, in California, Santa Barbara. Sira rede nebe for support ba campamento irene. So we have my representative Sira, nomos the mechanic nomos aprende profile. So I'm just saying that you're here representing Santa Barbara Permaculture Network, has been a big supporter of this camp and permaculture generally, and I'd love to hear a little bit from you about the network and your permaculture work.
Well, aku lihat tadi Diego Cordero, Kapanish, hello, in my language, in Smuich. I said, hello, my name is Diego. I'm from the village of Supsun, which is Santa Barbara, in California, in the United States.
Diego, Santa Barbara, California.
That's what? So what language and group you?
I belong to a native tribe called the Chumash.
Dia origin dari kursi suku dan umat.
Chumash. Our language is
Dia lingkup atau
Very usini very French. Emano lingua original.
My friends are Wesley and Marge from the Santa Barbara Permaculture Network. And as Lachlan has said, they've been supporting many different permaculture organizations and events throughout the years.
Ya, atau kiranya organisasi maka resan apoio banyak organisasi permakulturanya di halusnya tidak.
Including programs throughout the Santa Barbara area, from forms of water conservation in our area, which is also a concern, much like here.
Anestamos apoio banyak dari konservasi beni harinya rai, anestamos saja kita hal ini.
As well as educational outreach, and they were instrumental in forming a permaculture community in my area called Quail Springs.
Incluimos a la actividad de educación outreach-nya. I forgot the place.
The name of the place? Quail Springs.
Quail Springs, yeah, Quail Springs.
Quail like manuki.
Little
Spring they matan manuki here.
If anybody would like to know more, I have some papers I brought from them so that you can see exactly what they're doing. I'm more of a friend of the organization, so I can't speak to everything that they're doing.
Dia hanya sangat terdekat dengan kolega serta servis basuh dari dia. Então se está você interessa, ele lori serviria paper ida. Aku beri tabela hatanya detalhe dia. Tapi saja nak kolega se representare atau buat kursus dia bela kolega.
But for my work, I grow our native food plants, medicine plants, and plants for basket making.
Tampaknya ini sedikit kurang sih sudah ai panggonoi, ni sudah ai buruk sira.
For baskets.
Ready?
Raga.
Ne, agon no amor of ne laos ansanoma ne traditional kusi sirnia cultura rasik.
And I have a small nursery, a small place where I grow plants, and I have integrated some permaculture principles there from some of our local organizations, including building a garden with water catchment systems that we don't use any irrigation there, and it grows a small food forest with a lot of native food.
Então sira ina larang tidak ada makan kono. Sira kuda ai kuan sira ada makan larang terbebas. Depois sira hari ini ke permakultura ida ada makan introduce kono bau isa kapta udah be depois udah bodi kuda ai sira.
So that is what I do, but I am happy to be here and learn from all of these wonderful people here, from all of you.
Last but not least, Mana. So I think it's good for, I think a lot of the Timorese here also don't know Permatim story, but also some of the international people. So do you want to share a brief history of Permatim?
Ya, Permatim hanya sang organisasi dia lebih maka kami resistu ia 2001. Organisasinya oleh Ohiman Loklani explica, sira Moloklam bahira Maya Timor ho Malay dan Naran Steve, right, Mom? Malay dan Naran Steve ema permacultura duli mak mai. Amutu ko mau ego sira serviço amutu kene ba e depois aku inicia organização merasi, tá? Organização né hari ia 2001, registro formal de 2001 e depois organização aku halo serviço formalmente né ia 2004 Mailepen. Kita começou na Hetang Fundus. So Permatil is one of the permaculture organization in Timor-Leste. At the time, there was a volunteers and permaculturist named Steve, and Ego doing kind of permaculture course. And starting from that, we established the Permatil organization, and it's been registered since 2001 as a formal organization. But then after that, we are having a formal operation work in 2004 because we got some fund at the time. Ami hago serviço ia 2004, bahira hetan on apoio busi dua dor balu. Ita ninia atividade hago ia turiskai. Implementa ia turiskai, tempo neba hetan apoio busi organização concern worldwide. Ia tempo neba e depois hago expande iha Baucau, hatang apoio masu si troquer e depois kita continua hatutan liutan itani atividade sene bahia Timor Naran formal. So since 2004 we started the formal work as a NGO since 2004. At the time it was funded by we got some funds from Concern Worldwide who operated in Timor-Leste. But then after that we tried we have another fund and then we expand our program to another part of Timor-Leste, which is in the eastern part of Timor-Leste. Então, iha turiskai ita haku ho serviço ki ida, nebe maka haku instala viveiros e depois haku serviço ho comunidade sira unsak muda aihan sira ia sernia tos laran integramos o sistema hakiak ikan henapa incluimos hakiak animal. In Turiskai, we start the project with building a nursery, planting trees, and try to work with the farmers in planting the vegetables and food. And we also try to introduce the integrated farming system, which is we integrate with the fish system, fish pond, and raising the goat and other animals. Tahu busi experience sirane maka ia tempo neba ita ia centro ki ida kita kokomos introduce taba ia centro ki area nabane susar utuan laos susar ia bela nebe sira ia kadalak nebe mak possibilidade atu destroy kali komunidade sira nebe ela ia opos ni tamba be makan ia opos anta ita tenta atu halo travasang kikuan ia neba e depois aproveitamos utiliza bene ba ia puda ihan integra ho in sistema sirve maka au sita yana bane. I don't know how to start. But then into the sky, there was a lot of waters. They spring up from the centers. But then we see that the springs made because there is no good water management system. It may destroy the community's house down the spring. So we try to make some kind of barrier and then try to make waters, to manage the waters so that it can be irrigated, the food, the farming that community has around the springs. Tahu si atividade dene maka usi atividade dene ta aprende con la bo insama atu cria atividade de conservação bene. Starting from that, we know how to we have idea on how to have water conservation activities because most of the community, for those who are living in the upstream, will be hard for them to get access to the waters. Bahaya komunidade sirve mak hela ia are sirve mak be matan ia opos mebe komunidade sirve hela tene susah terdiri satu akses subabe. kau unsama kalori komunidade sira atu bele basic bila pali las lori sira basic ba bematan la unsama katu bele hamoris bila pali bematan sira bemaka basic ya komunidade sira hela patin how to revive the springs that goes to the community house so that it can be easy for them to access to the waters rather than having the spring that far away from their house. Kata husi atividade sira maka banheira quando mundo reclama com a mudança climática, ita hanoi kata Timor-Leste Timor-Leste mas nação de nebe maka vulnerável terhadap mudança climática ne. Where the global people claim about the climate change, and we thought that Timor as a small country, we are very vulnerable on this situation. That's why we're thinking about how to start working on, because we think one of the resources that may risk from this climate change is the water itself. And most of the community living in the rural area, they rely on the springs. And springs become a source that sometimes it's very difficult for the community to access, especially when the dry season comes. That's why we start working on the water conservation activities so that the community can have access to waters and for their life and also for the family. Tabane maka itahagu servicio ho conserva bematan taba mayoria comunidade sira be makelai area rural ne sira ninia moris ne depende los by bematan sira la hale samo ite sira be by even be hela sidadi sira baraku usa be habe railaran então bahira comunidade sira be depende by bematan tempo bailoron susah terden basira tu akses babe namane maka itahagu kalau intervenção sira bahia sira bematan ni atau comunidade sira bele serviço bele hetang akses babe. But then at the time we work with the regular farmers, which is mostly the older people, and we face that it's very challenging to change the mindset of the older people. Then we are thinking, okay, so let's try to work with young people, working with the kids, and we initiate a Perma Youth camp. At the time, it was called Perma Scout camp, because we try to integrate the farming activities with the scout activities. So we have we have our first Perma Scout camp in 2008, and then I can't remember exactly, but we have been run about 8 or 10 camps, which is gather about 6,000. Till now, about 6,000 young people have been involved in this camp. Atau Hanoi kapak serviço é uma coisa ainda bem susah tuan. Lalu sih maka idade avançado na. Susah atu muda sirnya Hanoi. Susah atu muda sirnya prática sira. Também mas kita harus serviço jovem sira. Para atu rapaz muda emaninya pensamento usin sikeras. Duke ita pouco atu muda sira lebe mak otas tuang orang dia pensamento ka sira prática sira. Também mas harus serviço jovem sira. Ia 2008 ita harus tenia acampamento primeiro. Tempo neba hanaran Perma Scout, também está pouco a integra atividade tosnia, atividade agricultura ou escutania, mas depois de né, kita começa depois de 2008 kita começa a organizar a campa, kalau dulu lembra dia mas tarik dalam walu no ema quase atus rihunen maka kalau jovem sira quase rihunen maka kalau parte ia, so agora kalau parte dentro. Kau ne mais ou menos história vada com a permatil mecanismo, né? Cari que perguntas rumah ita bele dada dia. I think that's a short story about permatil. Then, if you have any question, I'd love to answer it.
Wow.
So I know this camera too has done much more than that, but because time is short, then I think we should finish very soon, so people have a chance to rest, have some water, a cup of coffee, snack before the big talks start in half an hour.
Kita ini tempo limitado los. Atau kita tinggi remata lalai zona.
Yeah, 2:30. Atau começa tupo hard in about.
Kukuhat kita tinggi konsentra hotone. Dia terpunta rumah ka
People's, I think we've had a chance to listen to many different stories. And your homework is to go and find people. So many of these people are at stalls. The many other people we haven't heard from, even from Korea, from Thailand, from Japan. They all have great stories. So for everyone here, you can go and ask and learn, but also share your stories.
Tapi saya tempo maglimitado los. Kita tinggi ba lepas pagubot para utama yung sa Irmay. Kita iya tempo aturona magpagod din, mabarak pa kita sila konsiga turo. Antau ita iya lorong kira Irmay nene, ita bot sila pwede ako si masede makiane, ako pwede pahay story ba ma.
Yeah. Thank you to everyone who shared your wonderful stories today.
Obrigada.
See you soon.